Hello everyone, it's Jade Bolden and today is day 27 of the Gratitude and Joy Project. So today our topic is why and how I transfer love to people. Okay, first of all, you have to have love in your cup, okay, before you can transfer it out. So establish that connection and love with Heavenly Father first, okay. So I'm going to be very open with you today and perhaps a little bit vulnerable. So I'll share with you the inner workings of my mind and show you why and how I transfer love to my loved ones, my family, my friends, okay. So as you can see behind me, I have a massage table and there is a reason for that, so stick with me and I'll explain myself. All right, so guys, love is an action word, okay? It's a verb, it's an action word. So love, okay, when we have love, it brings joy into our lives, okay? So the divine love is the best kind of love, okay? Divine love is the love from God, and that love gives us this deep sense of peace and power in our lives, no matter what's happening. Even in the challenging times of our lives, we still have that deep peace and power. And so that's super important, so we're not going to be thrown off because of all the little challenges and the dramas of life, okay? It gives us a strong foundation. So that's why I offer the love to my friends and family, okay? Because it gives us all strength. So keep that in mind. Love is a verb, right? So no matter how tired I am or how busy I am, I always try to make time to do something spiritual with my children every single week. All right, so I connect with my immediate family, my children, my husband, and my extended family, my siblings, my parents, and then my friends, right? And I try to connect with everybody, but mostly, of course, my immediate family. So we do something spiritual every week. So this last weekend, I was able to do 2 very in-depth and long energy balancing sessions with 2 of my daughters. And so that was really good. So today, I am offering an Aromatouch technique to each of my children when they get home from school. So this technique requires 8 essential oils. So I have an oil belt here, okay, with fractionated coconut oil, and I'll explain what these are. So the table's ready to go, so you know, when they get home, I can do this. This is really important. In this technique, we do 8 oils. So the first 2 oils, the balance and the lavender, is for stress reduction, okay? So that's for connection, stress reduction. And the next 2 is tea tree, okay, and on guard, and this is for immunity, okay? We want to boost our immunity. The next 2 is the Aromatouch oil and the deep blue, and that is for inflammatory response, okay? A healthy inflammatory response. And then the next 2 oils is peppermint and wild orange, and we use this to help with homeostasis, with balancing. So I have more information on Aromatouch on my website. Just search up Aromatouch. But basically that's what we're gonna do today. We wanna do, and it takes about 45 minutes per person. I've trained 2 of my kids to do it, but I'm gonna offer it to all of them. This here, the Aromatouch technique, the touch, the energy balancing sessions, okay, those are important things that I do to help transfer love to my children, okay? So this is not a luxury, it is a necessity. So it's not a luxury, it is a necessity for my family. We have to have this on a regular basis. So the last 10 years, my family has experienced a lot of good health, okay? We haven't taken our kids to the doctors in that time, in 10 years, and we've only done it for healthy checkups and 2 fractures. So we've really been blessed and enjoyed the great health. And I would love to share that with everyone else. I want all my friends who are mothers to have these skills and to do it for their family and with their family. It's accessible and it's not difficult at all. It's quite simple once they practice, and so they can bless their families with that. And you know, that's empowering for women, isn't it? So, you know, the reason why I make the time for this is because I truly believe that childhood doesn't wait for anyone. And we simply need to intentionally take advantage of childhood before it passes us, right? and it passes really quickly for those of you guys know that, right? So childhood is a time to help establish a foundation of a strong spirit, mind, and body. Okay, so with that strong foundation, our children are more likely to live the rest of their lives based on a good, strong foundation like that. And this is the time and the opportunity for us to establish that with them and build that with them. Okay, so that's why it's super important to invest this time. So for me, I don't ever let myself make busyness as an excuse. Okay, basically, if I'm too busy, that means I haven't learned yet how to manage my time and resources, right? So everyone has an opportunity to manage their times. Yes, we do have seasons of busyness, but if we balance it out and look at the general average, then we are able to master these resources. You're successful. Okay, so we can't always be running with our heads chopped off, okay, and busy. All right, that means we haven't clarified what we want in life, and we haven't, allowed the universe to help us manifest and make things happen, right? It's just about managing resources. Okay, so for me, I don't do it so that my kids know that I love them. Mothers do that. I just do this because I want my kids to know I love them. I don't do it for that reason. I do it so that my children can feel love, all right, and practice receiving love. So I work with a lot of adults who don't know how it feels to be loved, right? And so they get attention and love, lots of different odd, very unsupportive ways. And they don't know how to receive love, right? So however we do it, hopefully I help them see and recognize the love of God, okay? And if they can feel it now in this childhood, in the foundation, they'll be able to imagine more easily a very loving Heavenly Father, a divine being who is attentive to their everyday lives. Okay, someone who is more than just a butler that they pray to, that says, gimme, okay, who's not a butler, right? A Father who is attentive to every detail of their lives. And I want them to see that so that they can commune with Him on a daily basis, imagining that He's here with them, okay? I do this, is that good? You do this, can we do that together? What do you think about this idea? That kind of relationship with God, okay? And, so that's faith. So I want them to feel that love of God, because when we feel that love of God, we have a lot of power and strength. I can give them love, but I'm just a mere mortal, right? And I want them to taste it, but I want them to connect to God, not necessarily to me, to God, okay? Because if I'm not there for them, if they're in college or whatever, if they're at school, I'm not there, they can still feel that power and that strength, okay? So I help protect and strengthen them in that way, all right? Because it's not from me, it's not about me, okay? So I think about cooking analogy. So I think if we marinate our kids in a lot of love, right, as in their childhood, when they get older, they will be nice and juicy and very beautiful, productive, lovely citizens of the world, right? So that's the idea. So as parents, we want all these good things for our children, of course, right? We, want our kids to do well in all sorts of things. We, want them to be athletic and do dance and gymnastic and music and piano. Of course, all those things are wonderful, right? But, when I first started having kids, I asked God, because I know that my children are children of God too. I asked Him, what would you do if you were the parents of these kids here? So what He has taught me, is beyond the first world stuff, right? Beyond the piano and the dances and the soccers and stuff, which we all do, and that's fine. But what's more important than that? So He taught me, and it's revealing and liberating, okay? So the thing that He taught me is that the best thing I need to teach my children is to be of good cheer, to be happy, right? They need to know that they are created for joy. Men are that they might have joy. so liberating. So I plan to follow this commandment, and I plan to teach my children to follow this commandment, right? It is a commandment. He asked us to focus and have joy and have happiness. The reason why I said it was liberating is because we don't have to measure our success or our worth by the measures of the world anymore, right? If my children are not Carnegie Hall pianist material, it doesn't make me less than, okay, or not a successful mother, or they're not a successful person, right? So all they need to do is, transcend all that. So not worry about having to meet those, requirements or standards. All we need to learn how to do is be a little bit happier and more joyful every single day, right? So how do we have more joy and create more cheer? Okay, be of good cheer. Okay, so the best way I know how is to teach my children to connect to God. Okay, we connect to God through our heart. A lot of people say, oh, use your head, but that's where we go wrong because our head is limited by the number of years we've lived and the experiences and the learning that we've had. Okay, but if you use your heart, you're tapping into infinite resources, okay, of the universe. All right, and this is where God communicates with us. So if I teach my children, right, like in Proverbs 3:5, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not unto thine own understanding, right? I believe that, when we are connected to him, we will be able to communicate with him, and we'll be one with him, and we will be all right. When we master the skill of feeling him in our hearts, confirming his promptings with our gut, right, we will be all right. Okay, so if I'm not there, but my kids follow the promptings of their hearts, they're going to be safe. They're going to be all right. Okay, and that is so powerful, right? So that is beyond learning how to play the piano, which is important too. All right, so trusting in the Lord, right? It means that we do not create fears. And sometimes because we don't know how to hone our energy and create, we haphazardly and accidentally create a lot of our fears. So we need to be mindful of our fears, because fear is not faith, and we want to strengthen our faith, right? So, when we are connected to Heavenly Father, our God, we are awakened and aware. And so that's what I really want to teach my children, to be awakened and aware. So that means they know who they are. So beyond their name and their race or their ethnicity or nationality or their earthly genealogy, they must know that they are powerful, divine children of God with purpose and potential. When we recognize our purpose, our earthly purpose, we will not be passive. We will not be passive at all. Okay, we will recognize the times that we are passive, and we won't continue that, right? We will intentionally choose our thoughts and choose our path and create our lives. Okay, so when we know ourselves, we'll be able to communicate. And communication means we can communicate with ourselves, because sometimes when people think and talk to themselves, they're all confused and they're all conflicting, right? So we'll be able to clearly think and to talk to ourselves. We will be able to receive the communication from our body. What is our body saying to us? Okay, this sickness or this misalignment or this ache and ailment, what is it telling us? Because our body is communicating with us all the time, right? So we have to be wise enough to learn that language. So I call it the literal language of the body. So I teach my children that. I ask them, what's your body telling you? And sometimes they have to think and pause and work it out. And that's just amazing that they know how to speak and communicate in this way. I feel this way, and I feel like my thoughts are like this, and I feel like this is my false belief. And then you're going to change your false belief to this new belief. Okay, so they're really mastering that subconscious. Powerful, right? Powerful. All right, so when we, learn how to do that, right, it's going to bless our lives infinitely. So as you can see, it's not a luxury, right? It is a necessity. It's a necessity. It's something like teaching your children how to eat food, right? It's something that they have to learn. Otherwise, their spirit would be starved. Okay, I feel like it's very important that I teach my kids these skills beyond everything else. This comes first. This is priority. So, when they are, very aware, self-aware. They have these skills. They feel their hearts. They're connected to God. What are they going to be? They're going to be very good communicators. They're going to be powerful manifestors. They're going to be, very self-accepting, okay, and have a good sense of self. So that means, when they become adults, they'll attract the right people to them. They will be able to attract the right partner. They will have higher standards. They will have more mental clarity, right? They will be stable citizens, right? Stable people. When they, it's time to work and find employment, they will find the right employment for them that will make them happy. So in general, in summary, basically what does it mean? It means they're healthier, they're happier, and they're holier, okay? So all this is the reason why I like to transfer love to my children and my family. So they have a little taste of how it feels like to receive love and to feel what love feels like, okay? So my friend, if you already know how to do the Aromatouch technique, if you already know how to do energy balancing, please take the time to regularly share that skill with your family, okay? Help them strengthen their spirit in that way, okay? If you don't know these things, okay, if you want to learn about energy balancing with faith this week, I have 2 discovery sessions online. Okay, so one will be at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, 9 Central, my time, and 7 on Thursday, okay, and that's Central time. So work it out for the times wherever you're living, okay, but please join me. We're going to talk about it. I'll tell you what it is and how to do it, because my goal is to have a healer in every home, a family member that knows how to do this, and then they'll spread the news and teach people in their home, okay, to be more self-aware, okay. And if you want to learn the Aromatouch technique, when doTERRA allows us to, your local trainer, so I'm a trainer as well, will let you know, and we'll hold events to train you, and then you can offer this to your family. This is a very, very powerful thing that you can offer your family, okay? So I feel very privileged that I'm able to do this, and I want my friends to be privileged as well and to have this skill to bless their family with, okay? So I'll post the links to the events on this post here, but please come along, and if you do, you might win a chance to have a free energy balancing session with me, okay, valued at $75. And my friend, please comment below. Please comment below, what do you think of this? What do you think about transferring love so people can feel the love, okay, and then awaken to all of these ways, okay, and create this foundation for their lives, especially our children, okay? So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. All right, thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.